Good evening everyone. I'm heading off to Mount Toubkal, Morocco on Saturday night, and I just thought I'd get everything packed now because I've got a busy couple of days, so I want to get it all sorted. And I just thought, actually, why not make a video of me packing my bag, and you can all see what I'm putting in it, and make sure that you don't forget anything on your trip, or if you're thinking of going to Morocco, you can see what you need to buy. So if you're traveling with the bucket list company, you would have received your kit list, which has got everything that you need to take on the trip with you. So we're going to start going through it, and I'm going to start loading my bag. So I've started with my duffel bag, North Face duffel bag with no wheels, because this is going to need to go on the mules to head up. We're going to do the 4-day trek. We're not doing the normal 2-day trek. We're going trekking for 2 days first. So the first thing I'm going to put in here is I'm going to put in my day bag. Okay, so my day sack is going to go in the bottom of here. And the reason why I put my day bag in there and don't use that one on the, use that as my bag on the aeroplane, is because I take this one with me, which is a North Face Rolling Thunder, and I put my camera and everything here, and my video camera for when I'm going on the aeroplane. Just means my cameras are a little bit more protected. And also then I leave this one at the Riyadh in Morocco with all the stuff that I'm not going to take with me on the trek. So my clothes that I'm using when I'm in Marrakesh and all my spare bits will stay in here, and then I'll only actually take what I want on the trek then in my duffel bag. So my day pack goes into my duffel bag. Trekking pole, if you're using the trekking pole, slide that one into your duffel bag, right at the bottom, keep that one out of the way, and then that's perfect. Next thing I'm going to pack in my bag is my boots. Okay, some people wear their boots on the aeroplane. I know that my kit's light enough that I don't need to, and they're pretty uncomfortable to wear on a flight in heavy, so I'm going to pack them into my bag. So I've got my walking boots here. I can fit a crampon to these if I need to. They're a summer trekking boot. What I'm going to do is, just so everything doesn't get mucky, and then on the flight home I'm just going to pack these into a dry bag, and it means nothing should get muddy or mucky, especially on the way home as well. Also as well, it'll keep the smell down a little bit. And seal that one up. And there then, just going to pack in the bag itself. Okay, next thing to go in, I've already got these in a dry bag. There's my waterproof jacket and my waterproof trousers. They're going to go in my day bag when I get over to Morocco and start the trek. So I've got them ready to pack, so they can just go straight in there. What else have I got? In here, I've got my spare clothes. So these are the clothes that I'm going to be wearing when I'm walking around Marrakesh, and not actually on the trek. So just some shorts and some t-shirts there for when I'm in Marrakesh. So they can just go in. And then we've got mini first aid kit. We carry a big first aid kit for the whole team that we take. But I take a little personal one with me as well, just for me, so that can go into the roof of my bag, and that will go in my day pack when I get there. Next up, what I'm going to drink out of. So I've got an Nalgene bottle and I've got a Camelback, so I'll take both of these with me. That's brilliant if it gets cold on summit night, and obviously if that breaks, this is pretty indestructible. So I've got the best of both worlds here with both of those, so that can go in. Then I've got head torch and spare battery. Make sure you've got spare batteries. I would normally, especially for the morning of summit, I'd always put a fresh set of batteries in just for summit morning, because it'll be dark when we leave the refuge. So just to have a spare battery in there, put fresh ones in, that's a good way to start the day. They can just go to the top of my bag so I know where they are. Chlorine tablets for water. There's plenty of bottled water out in Morocco, but just in case we can't get bottled water, I've just got chlorine tablets, so they're just handy thing to have. Plug adapter for your chargers and everything, that can go in there as well. Wash bag with all of my bits and pieces in it, and that can just go straight in. What's in this one? So that's all my walking socks and everything in there ready for the trek in a dry bag. So just compress them down. It can go in. Okay, so then moving on now to the kit that I'm actually going to be taking with me on the trek, walking clothes wise. So I've got a merino wool base layer that I'll wear on summit night. Got one of those. I've got a lightweight jumper zip up that will keep me nice and warm next to my base layer for layering up. A pair of trekking shorts for on the walk. Thermal trousers for summit night. Another spare jumper just in case one gets wet, so I've got a spare. Base layer. So I've got sort of 3 wicking t-shirts to wear. So these are really for like the first 3 days of trekking, and then the base layers are for summit night when it gets colder. And then I've got a thick pair of trekking trousers for summit night, and a lighter pair of trekking trousers just for the on the lower slopes, just in case it just gets a bit windy and I don't want to be wearing shorts. So I've got the best of both there. So that's all the clothes that I'm taking with me there. So what I'll do is I'll just get that all into another separate dry bag then. That's I can compress all that down even more. And the reason I put everything in dry bags is because I don't want like my shampoo or something like that to explode, or my suntan lotion, and cover all my clothes before I even start. So if I pack everything into dry bags, A, I know where to find things, and B, nothing's going to get covered in anything. So pack all that up. Then we're trekking for 4 days. I've got enough weight that I can take. I don't need to be just taking one t-shirt with me or one pair of socks. I can have a clean one on every day. We're only trekking for 4 days. I want to be comfortable. I don't need to travel too lightweight. I mean, I've only got 15 kilos baggage allowance, but I'm quite convinced that I'm going to get all this in within my 15 kilo limit. So there's my bag of clothes. Can go into my bag. Okay, so we're down to the last few bits and pieces now. So I've got an absorbent trek towel, lightweight. There are showers on the trek, so I can have a shower with that one. Obviously in the hotels and stuff they provide towels, but I can use that one on the trail. Man's best friend on a trip, wet wipes, always handy to have in your bag, just to clean yourself off at lunchtime and wipe your hands and those sorts of things. Pair of gaiters, just for the scree on summit night, and if there's any snow, just stops it getting into your boots. I've got my camera bag. Remember, that's going to go into my rolling thunder bag and go with me on the airport. Remember, you can't take lithium batteries, need to go into your whole bag, not into your main bag, so they'll go in there. Travel pillow, always handy to have. That one normally travels with me in my hand luggage as well, so I can have that one on the aeroplane to have a bit of a snooze. Then jackets wise, I'm taking 2 jackets with me. I'm taking this gilet one, just a lightweight one that I can put on if I get cold when we stop for a break when we're on the trek. It can just sit in my bag and that's fine. That one folds up to nothing. And then I've got this Berghaus Hydra down one as well, which can actually get wet, unlike some down jackets, so it's quite a handy one to take. It's not too bulky, but with the temperatures we're going to be having on Toubkal for our trip, you know, those 2 together will be perfectly warm enough. Again, if I use a dry bag, I can fold them down next to nothing, and they don't actually take up any space or any weight either. So there's that gone in. As you can see, nice and compact. I've got hat and gloves for summit night. They can go in. Then the final thing for me to put in then is going to be my sleeping bag. So I've got my sleeping bag here. Obviously, I'm using a down sleeping bag, so I keep it lofted all the time. It doesn't weigh anything, so I'm not going to pack this until I go because I don't want it compressed for too long, so I'm going to keep it lofted out. Just a quick tip, if you have got a down sleeping bag, don't keep it rolled up all the time. It should be nicely lofted and it will last a lot longer and keep you a lot warmer. So I'm not going to roll that one up and pack it in just yet. Obviously, if I am doing a winter ascent, or if it is going to look like snow when I'm going, I might take my axe and crampons as well. But looking at it at the minute, I don't think I'm going to need to pack these, but I'll put them to one side just in case we do need to go with them. I've got a few spare dry bags here, just to put in my bag, to put my dirty washing in, just spare things. If it starts raining, I might wrap my camera in one, so it's good to have a few spare dry bags in there as well. Flip-flops, traveller's best friend, walking around Marrakeshin, in camp in the evenings, so they can go in as well. And that's pretty much it. That's all that's going to go in my bag, really. So if we were to have a quick weigh now and see what that one's coming in as. Let's see what we're weighing in at. So I've got my sleeping bag to add, but I know that's only 700. And I'm weighing in at 13.2 there. So I know with my sleeping bag going in there as well, then that's going to be plenty to go in with. And I've still got my day bag as well. So that's everything on the list. That's on the kit list. Obviously there are some other bits on there to take as well. So obviously passport, pound to change into dirhams when you get there, credit card if you're going to take a spare credit card with you, make sure you've got your travel insurance certificate with you as well, and you've got a photocopy of your passport as well, whether that's with you or whether you've just emailed that to yourself. A really good tip is to email a copy of your passport and your documents to your Hotmail address or your Gmail address, and then you can always access them as well then. So that's it, all ready to go. Any questions, just email through to the Bucket List Company and we'll answer them when we can.